Hi again everyone, Scott Pyre Popcorn Fan here, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing what is possibly a very underrated series of slasher films, and it's kind of like King Hodder's resurgence in the slasher genre after his portrayal as Jason Voorhees in the Friday the 13th movies. So, I am, slowly teasing what I'm about to review. Hatchet. Yes, Hatchet, the original film, which came out in 2007. And this is actually the unrated version. And there are 4 of these movies now. There's Hatchet, Hatchet 2, Hatchet 3. Those are kind of a trilogy of films. And then they made the Victor Crowley movie that came out a few years ago. So, Kane Hodder as Victor Crowley, he's like the newest modern slasher villain of the 21st century. And, because Kane Hodder, he does an amazing job performing Jason Voorhees in his Friday the 13th films, and I think he does an even better job as a Victor Crowley in some instances in this movie and in the sequels. And what I really like about the Hatchet movies is that, obviously the character of Victor Crowley has a similar backstory as Jason Voorhees in the Friday the 13th films. And, the Hatchet movies have a very similar kind of setting where they take place in a swamp in Louisiana. And throughout most of the other films, and also this one, is that you have the lead character, Mary Beth, played by, her name is Tamara Feldman. That's the actress that plays Mary Beth in this movie, but in the sequels, Mary Beth is played by famous actress, horror alumni, Danielle Harris, who played the character in the sequels. But Tamara Feldman, I thought, was really good in her role in the movie. And obviously, this movie, Hatchet, it's full of horror alumni. From Kane Hodder as a titular villain to Tony Todd having a cameo, and even Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, has a cameo in this movie. So this movie, it's chock full of horror alumni, and it's a movie that I love in a lot of instances because it's a gorehound fest, carnage candy, chock full of gore and blood and guts. Probably one of the bloodiest series of horror slashers that I have seen. Wow, the Hatchet movies are chock full of gnarly, creative kills, and if that's something you love about the slasher subgenre, I think that this movie and the sequels are definitely for you. So, but yeah, like I said, these movies do have a similar kind of setting as the Friday the 13th films, and one of my main issues about slasher films are very present throughout these movies. And some of the humor in this first Hatchet movie, it doesn't all work for me, and there are certain characters that I don't really care for in the film, and that's just typical for a lot of slasher films for me. And being in a similar setting, being in a swamp, killer chasing people in the woods, similar to the Friday the 13th films, it's something that you're used to, I guess you could say, with slasher films. And this movie just, has a lot of stereotypical characters and a lot of just that kind of acting that you would expect in these types of movies. But overall, though, I do really enjoy this movie. I think the character of Victor Crowley, who gets fleshed out a lot more in the sequels, easily, he's a really interesting slasher villain, and a really unique look to him. Like his overalls, for example, he wears these overalls, and he has this very menacing face, and the way he looks, looking like a monster almost. But he's disfigured, similar to Jason Voorhees. So that's an aspect of the character that I really like about the Hatchet movies. So, but if I had to give a grade for this first Hatchet movie, I'd probably give it like a B+. So that would be my grade, and that is my review for Hatchet. So that should do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.